So all this time we have this criminal, uh, on the doorstep of Athens, and he's serious. He's serious right now. We all know. Uh, he's been stating his persistence to totally eradicate all of Attica, all the Athenians, for what they did to him. Exile. I mean, I don't really think exile is such a bad thing, such a huge thing that you could take revenge for. I think this wacko is Alcibiades is overreacting. I think he's a little upset and he's acting emotional right now. Um, but meanwhile, these leaders are leaders right now. I would not trust them. Um, we have Nicias, who is perhaps the most incompetent ruler uh, I have ever seen, ever witnessed. He's he's gorging in wine and feasts and festivals. Meanwhile, Athenians, we're starving right now. We have nowhere to go. We're trapped, and all the meanwhile the Democrats are divided between each other since we don't have a position of control. People from the south outside of Athens are for Archibiades because they hate what the city polis has done to them, what Athens has done to them. What we've only required tribute, but obviously they complain. The city states and the villages, small villages, they have to commit tribute to us. They're complaining. They're lashing out. But then they're forced to stay inside Athens. And that's a huge problem right now. The people in Athens, in the city, support this incompetent dictator, Nicias, who doesn't know how to lead an army, didn't want to lead this army in the first place, failed miserably in the Sicilian invasion, and we don't know what to do right now. Our leaders have no clue. They're backing down. They want to play. They want to play fair game. They want to offer prisoners for ransom, which I think is a terrible idea to give up prisoners. For what? What could they offer us that would help us? Nothing could help us at all except for Nicias to fight back. He's a tyrant. He needs to fight back. That's what I would do. We have this huge navy, huge arsenal. We've brought men, we've hired men that are in bondage, slaves, people in debt, to be rowers for our triremes. The least we can do is use them. That's the least we can do. But honestly, I don't think this man Nicias is up for the challenge. Every day we get reports that Alcibiades is ascending, is closing in on Athens. Folks, how did we get to this point where we're surrounded and almost in utter defeat? I think part of the reason that we need to establish is that a lot of the members in the assembly that made the decision to decentralize power and reduce the control of the strategos that actually control military affairs. The assembly decided to reduce the budget and control of the strategos. And they made them randomly, democratically elected. So basically, a military leader's success doesn't really matter if the people aren't happy with who he's siding with. Our military leaders were siding with originally Alcibiades. He was a promising leader in general. But the people took at heart some of the things Alcibiades was trying to do. He was trying to expand Athens. He was trying to force more tribute to come to us, which I think is a pretty good idea since these smaller city states really have no control over us. What can they do if we require more tribute? They can't really do anything at all, to be honest. Uh, and people saw that as undemocratic. People saw that as power rising, someone gaining control greedily, and they exiled. And now look what's happening. It's turned back to bite us. Folks, you need to realize this. It's turned back to bite us pretty hard. And so, right now, Nicias, our democratic leader, now we have a smaller space than the size of a few football fields. And all these people packed in here. There's people standing out right side my building, my station, begging for help. What are we gonna do? We need to fight back. That's what we need to do. As long as our leaders remain still in the face of adversaries, nothing will be accomplished for the Athenian glory and for victory of Attica.